I guess you know something about BIM, because BIM, many people now talk about BIM. Okay, I'm not sure if you had classes about BIM before, but no. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to introduce you to BIM from the beginning. So this is the summary of the points that I'm going to talk about. The first one is what is BIM. What is BIM? BIM in the life cycle of a building, the uses of BIM, BIM dimensions, benefits of BIM, BIM software, and common data environment. These are highlights of a very big point about BIM. So here we have only half an hour, but maybe an idea to you are be able to get an idea about each one of these points. Okay, so maybe let's go to know what is BIM. Okay, there are several definitions about BIM, about what is BIM, but maybe one of them that I like more could be this one, and there are some keywords in this definition that I'm going to talk about them. So BIM is a collaborative way for multidisciplinary information, including 3D models, that a 3D model of building of construction is also information. Information, a way for information storing, sharing, exchanging, and managing through the entire building project life cycle, including planning, design, construction, operation, maintenance, and demolition phases. Okay, so the key words in the definitions are: is a collaborative way, so it's a methodology for collaboration. The second point is that we share information about the construction. Another more key point is that we work with 3D models, and we manage information during the whole life cycle of a construction. Okay, so in a construction, as you know, a lot of agents, a lot of people work in the same project. Each people has a task or several tasks, but are different tasks from the rest of the people, and they have to work together in the same place. Okay, because the building and the element of a building has a location in the construction, and there are a lot of people working, designing in the first stage in the same project, in the same construction. So a way, a proposal, or a methodology to work together is BIM. Okay, so imagine an architect, an structural engineer, the engineer who designed the facilities of the building. So I mentioned three people or three different disciplines until now that are working in the same project. So a way to work together is that using software to design each part of the building, but in a collaborative way. And so, for example, there are administrations that are including new BIM requirements. For example, I want to have the project in a BIM format. I want to the designer work with this methodology between them. Okay, with common data environment where they can see the work of the rest of them. Okay, at real time, for example. We can get the drawings of the construction from the model, okay? Or we want that the designer get the quantities for the budget of the project of the construction from the BIM model, and this is BIM. And maybe for public administration, they have to pay more to the to the engineer and architects who develop the project because it's they have to buy new tools and to use them. But they have to think in investment, not in a cost or in an expensive or more expensive work, I think. Okay, and to have a server with a BIM OneDrive or a BIM Timber Connect, that is from Trainborg, yes, the company. It's not really expensive to have a place where every agent can share the models and the work. It's not really expensive. For a company, maybe 300 euros per year. So the space and the platform where you can share the documents and the model is not really expensive. Maybe the software, the design software is more expensive, but it's a problem of the companies. Okay, so in Murcia, there were in the map that Sergio showed us. Murcia was one of the regions with lower level of majority. I guess that means in the regional government, because we have here the port of Cartagena that belongs to the national government, and they have every of the tender has been required. Okay, so BIMs BIM means the digitalization in construction, and there is no alternative to this. Okay, traditionally, the construction sector was not the procedures are not standardized with regulation, or I don't know how to say that, but okay, to use digital tools now is the way, and there is no way, and maybe our master BIM in the future there will be no nonsense, because in the master and of civil engineer and in the bachelor degree of civil engineer, we are going to include and to take this methodology as normal, as usual. So maybe in the future we are not talking so much about BIM, because we are going to use BIM as a natural way or a normal way. I think it's my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to show you some slides of my presentation.
We live in a time of extreme change, a time of rapid population growth, a changing climate, and other socio-economic challenges. However, scientific and technological solutions are advancing at an accelerated pace. To accommodate these breakthroughs and to continue to tackle our modern world problems, cross-divisional and generational collaboration is a necessity. Multidisciplinary BIM software is leading the way for higher quality, coordinated designs. It can be used to propel a project timeline into a higher and more accurate gear, boosting every step, from conceptual design, visualization and analysis to fabrication and construction. 3D modeling will be more precise than ever. Floor plans and other categories can be automatically modified while crafting the models. Another benefit to automation is that teams won't have to waste brain power on repetitive tasks. Implementing BIM software into the educational field is essential to deliver well-rounded professionals. This ensures a smooth transition in the collaborative and innovative workflows of the future. Visit our website and be part of driving change in your community and division.
So we can use BIM for the life cycle of a building. We can use 3D models from the beginning, from design, the conceptual design. Even there are software that easily can model shapes that are only shapes, but in the designing of a building could be interesting. We can build the model where we know more about the dimension, the geometry of the model. We can analyze the behavior, the structural behavior of the building with the same tools. For example, if we use Revit, we can use the plugin inside Revit of Sophistic that read the geometrical model to build the mechanical model. Okay, to to allow us analyze the behavior, the structural behavior, without going out from Revit. So inside Revit, and we have the two software linked to obtain the result of the calculation, the simulation of the structural behavior. Okay, and we can change things in the model and try again with the calculation and with the checking of all of the requirement from the structural standards. Okay, and then we can use the BIM model to get the quantities, get the drawings, and only with one model that we can share this model in another platform with the model of other discipline as facilities designers. Okay, so in the phase of the design is I think it's clear the useful of tools, BIM tools for this stage, but we can use the model, the BIM model for fabrication. For example, is common, and even before we began to talk about BIM, we or they used Tekla for model and steel structure and to fabricate, to cut the pieces of the steel profiles in a factory to get the right dimension of these pieces of these steel members in order to build the structure in the site or to construct the structure of the building. Okay, so in fabrication also the precast pieces of concrete, of reinforced concrete, and even other pieces of other material can be fabricated with from the model. There are tools for that. Okay, I told you about also about the fifth dimension of the BIM that consists on build the budget of the construction from a model, the logistics, the maintenance. A BIM model can also be a place where we store the information of all the part of a building with the information about the trademark of or who product this thing in order to can maintain or repair or change this part of the building in any moment of the life of the building. For example, okay, and we can also plan the demolition or the construction of the building, because we know they all we have information about all the part of the building, and we know which part can be reused in after the construction of the building, for example. Okay, I think I told you about the uses. There are also uses that I didn't mention before. For example, virtual reality, mixed reality and augmented reality. We can build some part of the building knowing the position with these tools, okay? We talk about the first dimension, that is the three dimension of the geometry of a 3D model. We talk about four dimension. The fourth dimension is time, so we can plan. With the model, we can do the construction plan, for example. We talk the fifth dimension, that is the cost. We talk about the sixth dimension of BIM, that is related to sustainability, the energy analysis of the building, and also the life cycle analysis related to environmental environment, and also the seventh dimension. The seventh dimension of the BIM is maintenance. What we manage the use of the building after the construction. We have a lot of software here. I'm going to finish soon, okay? But here you have some properties of some software that I propose you. I recommend you for any for every task inside this methodology. For example, these are the most famous BIM modeler, okay? Revit, Tekla for structure, Archicad, Civil 3D, Allplan, Rhinoceros and Grasshopper, and NovaPoint, okay? They all of them are modeler. For join and for check the collision between model of each discipline, of each part of each agent, okay? In order to federate or to coordinate all the part or the model, we can use this software, Navisworks, Solibri. Quadri is very interesting. Quadri is used, for example, in Ramboll, in Norway, to join or to federate civil engineering works. Okay, so as road, bridges, and with all the elements, the topography, surface, because Quadri can read a lot of kind of files. Okay. And after that are the common environment, the common data environment, the place where we are going to store all of this information, all of this model. Okay, and this is only for store and for manage the information and for visualize the models. So this is what I think is the first step for somebody who works in a public administration and wants to ask companies to work with BIM. And the benefit is that every agent in a project can access the information not by email with the rest of participants, but through the server. Okay, there are some rules to work in a common data environment to approve the work, to allow the client access to the information, and to arrive to the final files and models. For this part, for the common data environment, there are also several platforms. Okay, BIM 360 is from Autodesk. I think the name is changing of this platform. I'm not sure if now it's BIM construction or something like that. Viewpoint is another platform. Microsoft SharePoint, this is OneDrive of Microsoft that is not, it has not many or any BIM tools, but this is it's considered another common data environment and can be useful. Trimble Connect. Bentley has his own platform, and Allplan BIM Plus from Allplan, and it has a cost, but this methodology need this kind of platform. And that's all. I think. Any question or maybe yes. Any question about BIM? About this introduction? So I think know the properties, the skills of each software is important, because we need to choose software. This is a very important step. Maybe in a company that wants to work with BIM from the beginning, it's important to know the software that are using at this moment, and to know the function or the capacity to work with BIM in this software that the company already have, because now the designing tools in engineering are improving with the software with new BIM abilities. Okay, so maybe we don't know that we can work with BIM in an easy way, or easier than we think. We think. Okay, so I think.